Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Boom Bar on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Shola Rogers.
And my name is Ola Dolukwo.
I am Ogolo here.
So what that we have
Run away from the bar.
run away, bar
No,
person,
I'm back.
run away.
It's been 2 years or so.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years.
But it's all a blessing. I'm here today.
So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody, wherever you're listening to us from, whatever time you're listening to us from. It is the Boom Bar on your Boom Radio NG. It is where we give you all the gist happening in politics, entertainment, sports, and we say everything in between. We just literally just gist over some drinks and, enjoy ourselves. So on that note, I think that we should just begin today's gist.
And there's a whole lot of stuff.
And there's a whole lot of things that is happening. But
A whole lot.
before we go to today's gist, I want to go to yesterday's gist, last night's gist.
Okay.
But you will not dwell there, whatever it is.
Let's hear out.
Last night's gist.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of PSG.
Benzema.
It's not even Benzema.
Ben Woman.
I think that
was what they said.
Donnarumma should be shot.
Why? Please. It's just a human being.
That's Benzema's first goal. I'm sure that if they didn't score that first goal, it wouldn't have gone this way. Most likely not. Maybe not. How do you take the ball and then you are perambulating? And I was like, seriously.
It's not
In fact, there was
as easy as
reports
we
that
think.
said that after the game ended, that there was like a huge row between him and Neymar. There was actually like a physical fight between him and Neymar.
Yeah.
I know that he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Let's be honest with ourselves. He is.
Mm-hmm.
But that yesterday's mistake, there's some things that are inexcusable. I think that yesterday was just wrong.
It's football, please. It's football. You can't have it all.
I get what you say, and I think I can relate. We don't expect that kind of goalkeeping at this level.
You don't.
But
It happens. Shit happen.
But it happens from time to time.
Sometimes
He pulled a Kyrgios, like people were saying that. Remember the Liverpool goalkeeper?
Why was Navas? Is it Navas they call him? Why was he on the bench? He's a more experienced goalkeeper, but they are investing in the youth.
No,
Donnarumma is
way better.
For me,
better. I think
Roma is good. Everybody is good, but for me, I'm not going to blame anybody. Shit happens. That was not his day.
that yesterday's goal.
That was not his day.
I felt that I think the first goal that Benzema scored, just because watching first half, Real Madrid did
Nothing.
next to nothing. Like, it was almost obvious that PSG is going to win this game again. Like, it was. And then second half came, and then they kept pushing. And then Donnarumma did what he did. And Benzema scored the first one, and game over.
There's a guy that I have been critical of, especially when they erroneously gave him the World Footballer of the Year award. Yesterday, he showed me that he's
Oh,
world
yes,
class.
he stepped up. He did.
Luka
Luka
Modric.
Modric. Yes.
I
he
think he's
stepped up.
36 or so.
Yeah,
How old is he?
he actually did
He had
step
an
up yesterday.
amazing game.
He did.
And Karim Benzema, give him his flowers now. That guy, 30 goals from 33 games this season, and he's 34 years old. 11 assists. You just look at a player like that and say, how come we don't respect this guy as much?
How
as
come we
He
really
has
don't
never been
respect?
respected.
How come we don't respect him the way we respect 34-year-old Ronaldo or 32?
What Lewandowski
or
can
60?
do, Benzema
Benzema
can.
can do.
Yes,
Yeah, that's my own.
Yes.
Yeah, but
And another thing with that game is that a lot of people were going on about Pochettino, and they're looking as if he's not the right fit for that team.
let me just go back a little. I rate like Benzema to our Okocha in his time. Okocha was never seen in Africa as the best, but we know. I believe so much in. You can't have a second Okocha again in Nigerian team.
There will never be another
There will
one.
never be. So Pochettino, well, he's preparing to leave now. So people will say all sorts.
The truth is, is overhyped as a coach.
I agree.
I think so too.
I agree.
Mauricio Pochettino has not really achieved anything, but he keeps getting those top jobs.
Those top jobs,
He's been mentioned for
He's
the
in
Man
all
United
those
job now.
big.
Are you looking at this guy?
I prefer Simeone. I like Simeone, Atletico Madrid.
He's an achiever. He has won Champions League.
I
He has
like
won La
that.
Liga.
You really can't.
Pochettino is in the same WhatsApp group with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and their ilk.
No.
Yes.
No. As much
yes.
as I think that Pochettino is overhyped, no, please. I think it is an insult.
Okay.
Solskjaer should be in like third division. You should coaching like
Pochettino should not be in third division.
no, like championship,
Doing what exactly?
coaching championship.
I beg.
No. There is something we are missing. These guys are coaches. They may not have the right tools, or they have the right tools. It depends on how you are able
They
to.
may not have
You
the
are
right tools.
a
Don't say that
PSG,
again.
a
Excuse
PSG
me,
that
hold
has
on now,
Mbappe,
hold on
that
now.
has Neymar,
Excuse
that
me,
has
excuse
Messi.
me. Those
What
players
tools
too,
do you
those
have?
players too are bigger than the coach. As-
So that's you
excuse
said
me,
tools.
excuse
He
me.
has the tools.
No, to even manage such players is very difficult. I'm
Okay,
telling
that's
you.
not the club's fault. That's you. That's on you.
I agree. See, we are
If the
saying
club
same-
gets the people to play for you, and then you cannot deliver, that's on you. That's not on.
What's the problem with somebody like Ronaldo in Man U today? The coach there cannot manage him. He does not know how to manage this player. But Pochettino may not even know how to manage these guys in PSG as of today. Yes, he's a coach, but man, you said something. They might even do well in some lower teams. They will bring those teams up, but they cannot really perform when it comes to that high stuff up there.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm still talking about Champions League game yesterday. Manchester City and Sporting CP played a 0-0 at home, but I felt that they didn't even need to do so much because away they had already gotten a 5-0 win. So it would have been sort of a miracle for Sporting CP
To
to
score
actually
5 goals.
to score 6 goals actually.
But they didn't take into cognizance the people who are into sports betting, who had already drawn their ticket and assumed that Man City was going to
win. So like I said, I don't blame Man City. That match was just there for me, but I felt that they maybe in their head they felt that they didn't need to do so much already because after a 5-0
Bashing.
match away game, come on, I think to a large extent you'll be pretty much confident in yourself. And today there's Premier League games today. I'm still talking about football. Let's talk about Chelsea. And we know that for a few days now since Ukraine and the Russia thing started, there's been a lot of talk about how the owner of Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, has been trying to sell off Chelsea. Now, we wake up this morning and it's official, the United Kingdom has sanctioned him and Chelsea Football Club. And there's a lot of things that goes with those sanctions for Chelsea Football Club, because as of now, he still owns it. So the sanctions, Chelsea goes under it. And I read a bit of it, and what the sanctions mean is that fans, they won't be able to sell new tickets. What is people that have season tickets or the subsequent tickets can come and watch, but they cannot sell new tickets. They cannot buy new players. They cannot, in fact, if he's still going to sell the club, it has to be by the UK government, and it means that he will not gain anything from the sale. So, how difficult do you think this will be for Chelsea?
Ogolo.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how difficult it will be, but it's a difficult road.
Yeah. I think it's about double standards, actually. Now, a strong part of me has a different view about the Ukraine-Russia war. But when it comes to the matter of sanctions, you heard about the oligarchs and all the people who are known to be close to the president of Russia being sanctioned. Yachts have been seized, all sorts of things have been happening to them. Accounts have been frozen. So how come the Chelsea decision is just coming now? If Germany and other countries have done certain things to the people who they know are actually close to Vladimir Putin. So the UK should have taken this decision a long time ago. If and indeed they were serious about sanctions and there was no favoritism in any way.
But don't forget that he's a businessman. He may have tried to do some things too.
I think it was one of the reasons why he wanted to sell Chelsea.
All the other people who got their accounts frozen are businessmen too.
Yeah, but he makes money more for
the UK government.
For the Queen.
How does it mean?
Chelsea football team.
That club is still in debt.
What I'm saying is that at least they pay their taxes.
Like for the government in itself,
he does what the government wants. I'm sure.
I'm not sure.
But this is not like that. It's like an afterthought. But he had to take that decision to pacify the Ukrainian government. Don't forget too that last week he was running around trying to make sure that there's a ceasefire and all those things in Ukraine. He tried.
But the same guy in his.
But is he really a Russian or a Ukrainian?
No, he's Russian, Israeli.
He's half Russian. He was a former governor in Russia.
He's half Russian, half
Israeli. He was
Israeli,
a governor.
So.
It's a government official, so that's one reason why they are being targeted and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you think about it is that even Roman Abramovich said it in his statement that the sale would not be as fast as people think it would be.
So he anticipated all this.
He knew all of this was going to come.
What's going to happen? But for the club itself,
my own assessment of him is that he actually loves Chelsea Football Club.
He does,
and that's why he put in all his money.
He did,
and he wrote off their debts. You know that like. If he was going to be like, I'm selling the club and I'm taking my money, what it means is that at whatever value they sell the club, it is on record the amount of money he has put in that they are owing him. And he will take it out. Now, by the time he takes it out, you see the value of Chelsea will drop. But he's saying he's not doing that so that it's attractive for people to buy and that the club will survive. Now, he has taken them from being a middle-level, mediocre English team
to champions of
the
Europe,
world.
Yeah.
Chelsea is one of the top 10 teams in the world now, or whatever indices that you're going to use.
Yeah.
True.
So that kudos must go to Roman Abramovich. But this is war, and they're carrying out sanctions for different people. I think this one should have come a long time ago.
Okay, so we hope this right now. I think the prayer is that I'm sure, like for Chelsea and the management of Chelsea, is that this war ends very soon, because I can imagine what it will be like next if this thing is dragged all the way to transfer window. Of course, I'm sure they will have had plans of what to do or what. Now, nobody's going anywhere. Nothing can be done at the moment. It's a very, very sad one. Still talking about sanctions when it comes to sports. Something I saw today, and I really thought that sports all over the world, Russian and Belarusian athletes were being sanctioned, were being banned. And it looks like it's not the case for tennis. As world number one at the moment is Russian. And the only sanctions he's getting and other Russian athletes in tennis are getting is that they're not supposed to play under the flag. And I'm like, my question is, how fair is this on footballers, on rugby players, on virtually every sport? Because as of today now, it is said that since yesterday now, Russia has been banned from World Cup 2022. Is official. Other teams, like the team they were supposed to play with, I think Poland has officially moved up just because. In rugby today, Georgia, that people did not even think was going to qualify for the Rugby World Cup, has officially qualified now because Russia has been banned from playing the Rugby World Cup. And so many other games. So what's happening in tennis?
Well, I think maybe they will come with the hammer very soon. I think they will come with the hammer because everybody is taking their time to study.
The rules are different also.
Yeah.
The management style and everything is different. We know that before they even took some of the decisions that they took in tennis, they had to sit back and deliberate on it
I just
for a
think
while.
that is
While
unfair.
other
It's
sports-
unfair on other
But
sports.
the rules are
No,
different.
but you see, fairness is relative.
I agree.
They are not all sitting in the same room and using the same
Parameter,
constitution
yeah.
or parameters. So what it is that the tennis world, they're still going to sit down and say,
Yeah.
at the point that we're in now, it's time for us to look for another level of sanctions against Russia, since this is what everybody is doing, to make them understand why this war should not continue.
The one that even baffles me is the former, I think it's former number one now, Djokovic.
Yeah.
The vaccination saga.
Oh, he's had major issues as of today. Now he has pulled out of 2 U.S. tournaments because
Is it that difficult to just go and take the vaccine?
I'm sure he has his reasons. Because at this point, like you said too, I don't get it as well. Like at this point, I don't get it.
I don't understand.
Because it's obvious that your career is at stake.
It's at stake. It's at stake. It's at everything. But I don't know.
I don't know what his plan is, but I'm sure that he definitely has a plan
Okay.
to whatever it is that they're doing. So let's move off sports here and let's come to Nigeria and let's do a little bit of politics.
Politics. They said there's a fire incident around MFM.
Oh, really?
Yes, they said a tanker exploded.
Oh, it was yesterday that there was a tanker
30
that
minutes
exploded
ago.
at Mushi.
30 minutes ago. So there's serious fire around that region now.
Wow. I can
Yes,
imagine
calling
the
on all
traffic.
the first responders, the police, the fire service, the ambulance service to please make your way to the MFM part of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. We're sure that you'll be able to do what you always do, what you've always done, which is to save lives.
Yeah, shout out to the people on the express. They're actually very, very
And you know,
prompt.
I just drove past that place a few minutes ago.
Wow.
And it was free. The road was free. There was nothing happening on both sides. I made a U-turn under the bridge and all of that. I'm back here. You know, so thank God for Johnny Mercies and all, man.
We must equally give it to the government to fashion the minister and everybody. This road is better now.
Yes,
People
it
are-
is.
people are
Yes,
enjoying the
yes,
road.
it's definitely better. So, let's talk a bit of politics.
Okay.
And one particular party that is in the news, that's been in the news for the past few days, is the All Progressives Congress. And it is they've been in the news for the past few weeks, and the issue is how they've been moving their national convention from last year. They moved it to early this year, then they moved it, and then they moved it again to, I think it's March 26th now. And I think it was yesterday, woke up yesterday and we saw that it was said that the caretaker chairman Governor Buni had been sacked, or more like, okay, let me put it in a very nice relieved of his position.
Oh, that's friendly.
And Governor Sani Bello had taken over. And we were wondering what's the problem. There was a lot of speculations here and there. Then Governor El-rufai, who we know that he's very vocal, that man just never holds back. When he's ready to talk, he just does his thing. Grants an interview yesterday, and he breaks down a lot of things that has happened, or more like, yes, that has happened, put a bit of rumors to rest, confirmed what people saw or news that people saw. And one of the news is about Governor Buni being removed as the caretaker chairman. And he brought a lot of things to fore about how it seemed like Governor Buni and some other people did not want the convention to hold, about how they had a calendar, and that if it did not hold, their convention did not hold before March 26th, that is Ramadan, and they probably don't do those things then. And then if they do it after Ramadan, then they've already eaten into 1 month of INEC's calendar, which automatically affects a lot of things, which he says that they definitely don't want what happened in Zamfara State. Remember some issues like that, primaries issues and all. They do not want those kind of things the kind of thing that happened in Zamfara State to happen again. So some of the things that were leveled against Governor Buni was that, for example, there was an injunction by a member of the party to stop the convention from holding until the case that he has with the party is resolved in court. And then Governor Buni's lawyers went to court. It was said, because at least I don't think it's said, it's not alleged because it's there.
There's
Proof that they actually agreed to this and they never told the party. That it was just rumors until they actually went to court. Like, they had to go for days, go to check courts and check, and then they actually realized that there was actually a document like that, which invariably meant that if this convention had gone on, it would have been nullified by the court. And how the president had immediately, which Governor Buni is not even in Nigeria. He too is on a medical leave, if there's something like that.
Oh yeah.
If there is something like that.
In Nigeria,
There is.
Political system. If there's some, how there's a lot of other things that, like, left and right, how the president are giving them an order to do some things, how Governor Buni literally just sat on it and he didn't do anything, and all that. And then you come to wonder that how safe is the Nigerian political system? For want of a better word, I don't think I want to use safe. How open are people to themselves? Is it just that as much as people are in the same party, it comes off to me as people are very ambitious?
Well, for me, I want to go back to Obasanjo's statements that we don't have a nation, we have a country. I mean, we don't have a country, we have a nation, one of those two. We don't have institutions. Political parties in Nigeria are just congresses. That is, they just come together, they form alliance. We don't have it as an institution. And that is why we are having this problem. If we have it as an institution, that people that have this belief, this manifesto, that believe in this manifesto, they are the ones singing the cause of that party, do you think all these things will be happening? All these things will not happen. For instance, you are telling me that physics department of a university, everything they do there is physics. You understand? They are not going to go and dabble into what they do in economics now. So we have not done our political things properly. We don't have institutions. We now have to start building institutions. For instance, the leader of the party heard that some of the things that he has said they should do, they didn't do it. Remove that man. What is that? We can say it is dictatorship, is this, is that, because we don't still have institution. The man is traveling. The president is traveling. The vice president is in charge. Did you send a letter to the House of the Senate? Did you give power to the vice president? You don't do that. It's not pedestrian. These things are supposed to be institutionalized. So not until we build institutions from our estates, from our churches, from our homes, from our streets, from our local government, from our police force, military, navy, everybody, state government, even go and ask, check it out, take it or leave it. How many churches have proper structures?
Please don't even go there.
No, I'm just saying it because they are the ones always talking about government.
Yeah.
They are the ones always telling you that government did not do this.
Charity begins at
They are the
home.
ones always telling you that government did not do this, government did not do that. Do they have the structure?
Yeah.
Do they have who are the succession? What do they have a succession plan? What do they have? Do they have a proper accounting system?
Mm-hmm.
What do they do this? See, these are things. Even in the mosque too, it's the same thing. Even in the traditional religious homes, it's the same thing. And we cannot leave all these things because they are a part of us.
Yes.
Did you structure your home? Did you build an institution that your wife is next of kin? Did you do that? That you can bequeath everything to your wife. Your wife cannot send it to your children, but rather you'll be putting your son as the heir. So a lot of things we don't know. We need to do things properly. It's true.
I like the angle that
I like the angle
Ogolo has come from, and it's a breath of fresh air that the real Ogolo is back, and he is now as objective as he used to be.
Okay,
You know?
so yeah,
To the point
it
where
sounds like it was a time
to
he
the
wasn't
point where
objective.
he can even criticize his guy, you know, and that this is what we've always said. This is the only way Nigeria can move forward, that we're able to criticize the people that we like or support. That's the only way we can move forward. And you made a very strong point about structures. We've never really believed in structures. We go. That's why one of the most used and abused phrases out there is they'll tell you that they have the fire brigade approach, and everybody knows that the fire brigade will only go out when there's an emergency. You don't expect fire brigade to just be driving around. Is there fire burning in your house? No, they'll go out when there's an emergency, and that's how we've been running the country. And of course, your home is a microcosm of the country. Everybody's doing those things. They're doing it in school and work, at the mosque, everywhere. And we must change it. I don't want to repeat everything you said. So you're really on point. But let's really address it. The actions that are being said to have been carried out by the interim chairman of the party, APC, a serving governor, Governor Buni, is tantamount to sabotage.
Yes.
We understand that structures are not in place. If there were structures in place, it wouldn't be the acting chairman anyway.
Anyway, there wouldn't be an acting.
I agree with you totally.
But you start to look like, what was his trump card? What was he up to? Why did all of this happen? But having said all of that, there's one thing I would like to say. They say they know the shave person head for him back.
Article.
See, you know, person when not day, you go carry clipper to shave your head.
Lie.
The person head must day there, me will shave him. I would love to hear from Governor Buni. You never can tell. He might have a defense.
I agree with you.
So
I do. That makes sense.
I would love to hear his own side. That
Of the story.
maybe there's a defense that okay, I didn't tell
This
the
was the
party
reason
because
why
I was
working on it.
working on it. Oh, I was ill, and I had to travel for the medical report. But this is what I was planning to. We get all of that, but there must be an explanation for all of this.
You know, in Nigeria, there's no explanation for anything.
There's always an explanation.
But what kind of explanation? Is it afterthought?
Yeah,
or
but
before?
you know, but for sake of balance, for sake of fairness,
I get what you're saying, but why would
I can't respond on this behalf.
No, that's what I'm saying, but there's some things that even if you went to court and whatever it is, why keep that information?
Everything that is happening in APC now is politics. It's serious politics. The stakes are high. They are looking for a candidate. They are looking for different people to. Everybody is sending their own people. They are trying to do a balance for themselves and how to. They are even trying to manage some people. So everything that is happening, let's just what? Let's keep.
So talking about the APC, the national leader of APC, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has emphasized the need for the party to strengthen its internal democratic process. But he made a statement and he said that they should not forget how the party was made.
Was formed.
How the party was formed. So some of these things are part of.
Yeah, look, everybody's zeroing in on Governor Buni being removed. There are other names and other actors in this old drama. Their names that have been mentioned. You've heard Femi Fani-Kayede's name, Akpan-Ododo's name, and other names.
You know why I don't even give
different
people like
names,
that.
yeah.
Take for example Femi Fani-Kayede. You were the one that brought him in. So whatever thing that you are insinuating that he did, you deserve it.
No, as in, for instance, his name was supposed to be among the people organizing the.
Convention.
And
It's been removed
it's
now.
been removed. Yes.
You get, because of his closeness to Buni and some things that are being said that we don't know about. We're not members of the party. But at the end of the day, it's all politics. But I hope we'll get to a point where politics will not be more important than governance. That governance will be tantamount to, or paramount actually, to the success and the importance of moving the country forward. It will be on the front burner, that we're able to say that as a governor, there were X number of structures that you put in place in the area of building infrastructure and also organizing, that your state is now so organized that there are subsectors of the economy that are working within your state. You know, you look at Governor Ben Ayade. I've criticized him a lot, but lately I'm seeing a few of those things come to fruition. The chicken, Kali Chiki, the company that they set up, that can process over 20,000 birds a day.
Wow.
Set up by the state. That's income, that's commerce, and a whole lot of things around it. You get. So when you look at those kind of projects, you're happy. You're looking at, you say, so let's be able to say that, okay, maybe he wanted to achieve 1 million things.
And you know, we're always talking about how states need to like be on their own and do their own thing. So yes.
And if everything goes well, all these federal allocations become a thing of the past.
See,
Then we now understand what restructuring really is.
No, you see, the problem is that you have said it all at the beginning. We have not learned to do things the proper way. A government is a continuous thing. The thing is that when Ayade goes now, another governor
is anybody going to come and
it
just
comes with
wipe
its own
everything
yes,
out?
it comes with its own agenda. Look at, for instance, take a look at Lagos. Ambode left. Did we finish Oshodi? Did we finish that masterpiece? Did we continue with some of his projects, what he was doing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, no problem. Did they continue?
The bridge at Ogba, you know, it was continued and finished. The estates that, in fact, is the Apathy, I'm saying it on air, is the one that is known to have stopped virtually every project that Fashola handed over to him.
I agree with you because he did not complete the road leading to what do you call that?
He didn't complete it.
Yes.
This train issue that we're back to now.
But I agree. That one is the worst crime.
But as we stand now,
it's the worst crime.
The first set of things that Sango Olu commissioned in the first 2 years were projects that Ambode were doing and Fashola were doing.
What I am trying to buttress is that it's not about the man,
not the individual.
Not the individual.
It's the system.
It has to work. Whether you are APC or PDP, what did you meet? Those things are. Don't forget that was what Buhari did at the beginning. He told everybody that these projects that Jonathan started, they are Nigerian projects. They are not APC or PDP projects. So let us continue.
That's the only way we can have. We'll see how everybody, there's just so much things done haphazardly, just because people are not continuing things. I agree with you.
Look at the second Niger bridge now. They said it will be completed this year.
They say it's not second Niger bridge. APC people say it's Muhammad Buhari bridge.
No. The issue is not the name.
The second is
why are you so serious?
No.
We're in the bar now. I'm telling you the word of
I agree with I'm listening to you, but the truth of the matter is it's a Nigerian project.
It's a Nigerian project.
Whether it's called Muhammad Buhari is a Nigerian. Whether it's called Samu Bakwe, whether it's called anything, but my own is that it is a Nigerian project.
Yeah.
The only place I don't agree with anybody that they will tell me that it's Jonathan that started it. I don't care.
It's Nigerian money.
It's a Nigerian project, and that is my own.
Yeah.
And that's why governance is a continuum.
Yes.
Even if there's proof that it didn't start anything, it is still a Nigerian project. Because I was listening to APC and PDP people go at themselves on social media. I was watching a lot of things, and they said Jonathan started it. They put out a picture. Someone now brought out a picture of Yahadua also talking about the bridge. Obasanjo talking about the bridge. But the beauty of it is that the bridge has been built.
Yeah.
In 2 or 3 months' time, it will be commissioned and it will be used. And the funny thing, that bridge is not that long. It's not that. I don't know why it took us as a country so long to build the second Niger bridge. That bridge is barely longer than the Lekki Ikoyi bridge.
Let me tell you something.
What's wrong with us as a country?
Also, it's not that long.
It's not. It's not like Third Mainland Bridge.
No, okay. Let's look at it from this angle. We always leave the things that will move us forward.
Yeah.
To pursue things that won't move us anywhere. Look at the rail system. The rail system should have started around 1983. And imagine if we had, from what we have gained, I have commuted on the rail from here to Ibadan. I enjoyed it. It took me out of traffic. Took me, even the one they said free and all those things I enjoyed. What I'm saying is that if these things have been on ground,
we will be having a conversation
for instance,
about.
Now, the coastal rail is ready. Will I be going to Buni and be wanting to go and join a Degbe line? Or no, I will just go through the rail.
And that's the way it should be.
That is the way it should be.
We should put all this party politics aside. Yes, you need the party to get into, at least as of now, until they bring the law about independent candidates and all of that. But when you get there, serve for the sake of the people. The governor of Ondo, I hope he fulfills his promise. He's talked about constructing a coastal road from Ondo to Lekki. And imagine the commute, which means that
you're cutting off so many
Ore and some other parts of, and you just get to Lagos in a shorter time. The king of Warri is talking about the same coastal road from Warri to Lagos, which is a short journey.
That means he will meet the Ondo man somewhere.
You understand? This is the way we should go. I'm sorry, Dolu.
Then the Benin man is saying, I want a port. I want to meet people
through
my,
Look at the deep sea port that they are building in Lekki now. Lagos is flagging off another one for Badagry. They're flagging off another one. And what that means is
everybody does not have to. You don't have to go to Apapa.
At the 7 rail lines that they are planning for Lagos, we already know that the federal government is already endorsing the one that is going to Badagry.
Straight.
So
and they bought the train
from there.
From is it Virginia or somewhere? They bought it already. Those ones are being used.
Oh yeah, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Thank you.
Yeah, so, that's the red line. They already bought the trains for the blue line too. Sorry.
So what are we doing as a people? Please govern the people well. Give them basic.
We just want governance.
Basic amenities, and that's the thing for me. What everybody is asking for is not even out of the ordinary.
Please,
it's just basic.
What is happening to the Lagos Abeokuta road? I applied it today. That road is something else. There is no road in that place. Going to Ota, there is no road. Sorry to say, I do not know what is happening.
I thought that road was supposed to get fixed at some point.
They have fixed the coming into Lagos, but the going to Ota, is something else.
So it's Ogun State issue, but is that road not supposed to be
a federal road? It's a federal road.
Yeah.
It's a federal road. Issue. And what Ogun State people are saying is that they want their governor to fix it, at least then he can get paid back by the federal government. But the federal government made a pronouncement that they were moving to site a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I know there was a conversation about that.
Honestly, I've spoken to people who live in that axis. They are going through hell every day. Every day you ply that Sango Ota axis, you're going through hell.
But Mr. Governor of Ogun State, what is happening to the inner roads in Ota? Mr. Local Government Chairman of Ota, what is happening
there?
What is happening? Do you people drive around at all?
Do they even have a local government?
Those guys are suffering. In fact, I forgot. I would have taken pictures.
You should
Let me bring pictures to you.
Videos and pictures.
In fact, I'll be back there during the week and I'll take pictures.
Clear pictures and videos. This is the real state of the road, and why is it like this? And these are the things that we need to highlight, because we give these people a pass easily. And for me, I just have a policy. If I see someone doing good, I'm going to praise you. But when you're doing bad, trust me, don't think because we praise you, we will come for you and we will call you out. So why do we have such and this is the same Sango Ota road that we used to ply, and it was smooth before.
Very smooth. 30 minutes.
There was a time where some of us would rather go through Ota to Abeokuta than drive through this side.
No, we go through Ota to Ibadan.
Yes.
We go through Ota, Abeokuta.
Yes, now. through that cement company
Yes.
and all of that.
Bakbaland, to those regions, Wekoro.
Yeah.
But now you cannot even try it.
Don't even try it, man.
So, still talking about politics, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has announced the schedule for its 95th National Executive Council meeting. So everybody's having council meetings. We know there's going to be a lot of these things for the
way
preparation for the 2023 election.
the way it looks, the PDP is the only hope that we have as a party that's supposed to be strong opposition. Strong enough to take over government from the APC. That's the way it's supposed to be.
And you know the funny thing is that there's a lot of third force issues, but there's something that popped up a few days ago, and this is from INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, where they were saying that they were not registering new parties. So a few people, at least we've seen about 2-3 different groups coming up to say that they want to form a third force and all that. Doesn't that just negate, or doesn't that just weaken the idea of third force?
No, I don't think.
Except you have. What I'm saying is that except you have a party on ground now, INEC is not going to register a new one.
For me, the third force thing is even late. It is late. We are talking about 2023. We are talking about next year election. So you are telling me that they are going to gather people in 1 year and try to win an election. What is this third force thing about? Why are we not? That's why we have to talk about institutions. We have to why are people running away? This is because we are not committed to our political ideology. We are not committed because I did not do what I want. It's not about you.
Up and go.
You just up and go and say I want to go and form a political party. No,
That's why we have some 90-something political.
You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Why can't we have two strong political parties and build structures around these parties?
I think that also now calls back to the National Assembly.
Where are those houses that Babangida built for two parties in all the local governments? Where are those houses that Ekweme designed? Where are those houses? These are Nigeria money, our commonwealth, just lying fallow somewhere. They put some civil defense there, some other people in every local government. No, these things were built because there was an idea to have two political systems in Nigeria. Where are all these things? We are talking about third force in March of 2022, and the election is just a year. Election is like February or March next year now.
Yes,
presidential
it's
election.
February next year.
So it's less than a year, and you are talking about a third force. How are they going to do it? What magic are they? Even the people that have been on ground for the last 20 years, they are struggling.
Yeah.
I look at the talk of a third force, and I laugh because it's almost as if they think it's a joke. Some of the people who are mooting the idea of a third force are people that we would love to be in government. My opinion. Some of them are people, not all, some. But they need to understand how serious politics is. That you can't just wake up 1 year to an election and you're still discussing how to form a coalition. Then it will take you months after. We saw the one that they tried the last time during the elections. It broke down. They couldn't even pick one of them. There were about 20-something of them.
Yeah.
And the one that they finally picked, they didn't back him up. Then all of them still went back to contest. And you find some of them, the highest vote they will get is still under 100,000 votes.
1,000 and something.
And we're talking about a Buhari and an article that are going to do 12 million plus. You understand? Let's get real. Any third force that does not factor in local government elections, state House of Assembly elections, gubernatorial candidates, House of Rep members and senators is dead on arrival.
And before we go on, it has just come in now. The one that he was talking about earlier about the tanker explosion in Magboro. It is said that 2 people actually died in that incident.
Wow. Our condolences to their
families. It's really sad. It's said that the tanker was a fuel-laden tanker that reportedly caught fire and three cars were parked close to.
I just drove past that place, man. It's interesting. I hope that the rails will save us from some of these fuel tanker accidents. It's high time we really looked at that system of, we were importing PMS through the Lagos ports. Then we distribute 33,000 or 45,000 or 50,000 liters via a truck that nobody is checking the tires, the engine and other things. And that's why every time you hear, oh, there's a truck that tipped over at Otedola Bridge, at Kara Bridge, at MFM,
in
Auchi, somewhere in the north, somewhere in the east, it will always happen. A lot of these vehicles are not up to scratch. That's the truth.
Most of them
are not up to scratch. And the wear and tear and the time that it even takes, it's time to move the tankers to the rails. And I'm glad that it's working. The rails are working near perfect now. Warri Itakwe, Lagos, Ibadan, Kaduna, Abuja. Then the old tracks are working. People have forgotten that the old track from Lagos to Kano is working.
It's working.
The old track from, I think it's Port Harcourt or somewhere, from Enugu to the north is working.
It's working.
The single track ones. So can we get those things back there? Because these trucks,
it's not working. The major hazard. Hazard. Coming back to politics, there's news today that broke that the Redeemed Christian Church of God has officially created an Office of Directorate of Politics and Governance. This is said that the point is to engage members willing to be involved in politics and help them mobilize support when required.
That's interesting. Religion, politics together. Maybe they are dreaming of something that we don't know.
Okay, so
maybe they are dreaming.
I'm going to look at it from 2 different or 3 different angles. Magic Fashek said, religion now, politics. And they almost killed him. Everything, it was criticized for singing that song. But religion is politics, in my opinion too.
True.
Come and fight me. I'm in my house. Now let's put that aside. A lot of people have condemned the church for not getting involved. I have heard it over and over again. Oh, the Redeemed Church has a branch on every street. MFM has branches everywhere. Deeper Life can do this. Christ Embassy can do that. Why are they not getting involved? If Christians don't get involved, how are they going to get involved? If Muslims don't get involved, the mosque. I think that on this one, I'd like to say kudos to the Redeemed Church, who understand that they wield a lot of power and they have a large followership. Now, I was invited for a sporting event, but it was organized by the Drug Awareness Ministry of the Redeemed Church. They have a ministry that is always working, trying to get people off the street and get them off drugs and everything. So they organized a novelty match, which I was the referee of and everything at the Redeemed camp. So I drove down there, and that's when I understood the structure of this. What did you call this thing that they just created now? The political directorate. That's why I understood that they have different directorates for different aspects, So I commend them for doing this. I encourage other churches to do it. Please get involved. You can't keep saying every time politics is dirty, but okay, make it clean. Maybe you're a child of God. Come and govern now and bring your people with you. The vice president of Nigeria is a pastor in the Redeemed Church. Let's get real with ourselves. So I commend the Redeemed Church for doing this.
For me, I think that we're part of Nigeria, Christian, Muslim, everything. And I think that it is high time that everybody needs to be involved in everything that they're doing, from getting your PVCs to getting involved to joining a political party. Let's be honest with ourselves. The number of people in some churches or some denomination is much more than some parties would ever dream of having.
You expect that because the church is a free place.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but the political parties,
it is no. What I'm saying is
I
that it's a
understand it
large
perfectly.
number of people.
they have a lot of
Which,
followership.
If you really if you have an ideology and you claim that your ideology is good, it's probably a large number of people that can help you push that agenda. So I honestly think that other churches need to
imagine a block vote from everybody that attends Ansaruddin in Nigeria. Every member of the Ansaruddin movement or the Nawar Islam movement that say, oh, we have a brother contesting. We know of him and his capacity to become a good senator or a good president or a good vice president. For this reason, we're supporting brother this and that. Do you know the kind of block votes that are going to come? The same way the Redeem can put block votes or look, just get involved. Let's get off the what's that thing called, the fence, and actually dive into it.
Dive right into it.
It's time.
Okay, so another very important.
Ogolo wanted to say
Oh, you wanted to say
No,
something?
I just want to add something to
Yeah,
it
please do,
that
sir.
in our small environment, I've decided to be asking some questions. In my estate, everybody will be shouting politics. They discuss politics on the platform more than any other thing. And I ask them, can you just please show me your voter's card?
Let's see your
They don't have
We
it.
don't even know who
They
your
don't-
counselor is. You don't
They
know.
don't. No, that one is even too far. The one that
Start
involves
from the one that should be in your wallet.
the one that involves them. That is my own personal identity as a
Identity,
Nigerian.
yeah.
That is my voter's card. Many people do not have
Don't
it.
even have.
The last election in that same estate that you're talking about, I woke up for one of the elections and I walked up and down the street and I met my neighbors. None of them
We're planning to vote.
were planning to vote. So none of them went with me. And I discovered that I was not even going to vote in our neighborhood. My name was going to be in another polling unit, which made me walk almost 1 hour from the house. But I did. None of them joined me. And in the last 3 years, they are all there complaining. And I look at this, but I said, do you know how many votes could have changed things on this
On
street?
the street.
And this is the same
And if
with
you
everybody.
replicate that
They all
in-
saw it as an opportunity
To play football.
to
As
have
a
to
holiday.
at their own level it was party.
It was a holiday.
But let me
Was
even
a
shock.
holiday.
Let me even shock you with another one. Look through the stretch, that street. Check during election day how many megads went out to vote.
Oh, they did.
And their orgas,
Oh, they
their
did.
orgas are in the house.
Oh, they did.
Meanwhile, this
Yeah.
mega they don't discuss politics,
They don't.
but they know that this
Wow.
their card.
Yeah.
They are going to go out
And
and
they're going
vote.
to vote.
And they are going to vote for their own candidate. Now, if you have 10 megas, sorry, I just want to share something.
Yes, please go ahead.
If you have 5 megas from the north and you have 5 megas from the south, the 5 megas from the north will go and vote.
Yeah.
The 5 from the south, maybe 1 or 2. I'm just doing some small. I'm not going far. Let me not go up there.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
obvious.
am looking at our political consciousness back
Down
in the south.
here. Yes.
The average northern guy is having his transistor radio. He's listening
He's
to
always
his
listening to news.
BBC Hausa service. He's not listening to any other one, no. He's getting his political consciousness. Let us continue to wait here and say the North are taking over power. Let us
Okay,
continue.
a very interesting thing that is happening at the moment was earlier today, the NURTW had sanctioned
What is the NURTW?
the National
Union of Road Transport
Workers. They had sanctioned, or more like suspended indefinitely, the Lagos State Chairman. And everybody was wondering that, what does this mean? What?
But you've seen where Lagos is going?
There is an update.
Oh yeah.
As the Lagos State Chairman has officially shunned this suspension. He did not only shun the suspension, he did not only have a meeting in his capacity as the Lagos State Chairman. They have also withdrawn from the national body of the NURTW. Okay. It's a very interesting one.
I'd like to ask for a request of a song by Thames. The lady Thames. And she says, crazy things are happening.
Crazy things are happening.
Things are
We want to see
happening.
how this is going to go.
You see, as soon as the announcement came through, because we remember that he was accused of insubordination and stuff. I think it was last week or so, and he responded to the query and all of that. But now that the national body has decided to suspend the chairman of their own Lagos chapter, who is popularly known as MC Oluomo.
And he's a very popular person.
Yeah, very
popular.
Now that they've done that, the Nigerian police swung into action quickly.
Yeah.
To forestall any breakdown of law and order, to prevent any loss of life and property. And the Commissioner of Police of Lagos, kudos to him, has deployed different police units to different parks and other parts of the state. But right now, the reaction that maybe people were expecting was, oh, there was going to be some riot or whatever.
Yeah.
The man is saying, I don't care about the national body. I stand alone. So this is a test.
And it seems to get a lot of a lot of support from the Lagos State members of the NURTW.
So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It is a test for the
national body,
the union called road transport workers, how they're going to solve this debacle. But I pray that it does not escalate.
Well, I don't know how it's going to run in isolation. I don't know if they had a union. There was a union.
What comes of it?
Well, so whatever they understand the politics of drivers association, they should be able to tell us, because we do not know the laws guiding pulling out of
all these things.
Of these
Yes,
things.
exactly.
And because they are like, there is nothing like Lagos State Drivers Union. There is National Association, so they are one.
So we'll say that.
So when you are
according to the law,
how did they register you with the Lagos State government? Or I don't know. It depends on where they are registered and all those things. So there are a lot of I don't know anything about them, but a lot is going to happen, because it's very easy to say I've pulled out. But again, those guys can come with their own laws. That's I don't know, but I mean,
these are interesting times.
Very interesting times.
And I don't want to take politics out of it.
Oh yes.
Part of politics.
Oh yes.
I will not take politics out of it.
Oh, you shouldn't.
It's part of
see how it
politics. 2023 is at hand.
Yes. So
they will come from all angles.
As the federal government has insisted that universities' transparency accountability solution, which is UTAS, which is supposed to be an app developed by ASU, which was supposed to be an alternative to the IPPIS, has failed the necessary test that should have qualified it to be used as a payment platform.
We have not heard from ASU now.
ASU has not said anything on that.
Because let me tell you something. I'm going to say it bluntly, kind of. I am not sure of the research we do in this country. I am not sure of it. I don't hear of. There are research that universities should use to make money from government, and rather than running to say they did not pay us the salary, the university gets grant, they get money from researchers, they get money from, for instance, many years ago, over 25, 30 years ago, I told them, I said, let us put universities to maintain Nigerian roads. Pay them. The money we are paying contractors, the money we are paying these people, let us buy equipment, let us bring university students, let us bring university lecturers. When they are on 6 months IT and all those things, let us manage the roads. The roads are dead. Why are they studying? Why are they in school?
And you employ laborers to join them.
What are you employing? They are hands-on. You are teaching them the job. They learn how to drive the equipment. They learn how to use the equipment. It's motorized. All these things are motorized. And there is a sign of nationalism.
Yeah, like you're part of this. Like you can say that I was part of the people that fixed this road.
The NYSC engineers too. Everybody run that course. You'll be surprised how we're able to manage our roads over the years. And people will tell me, oh, it's not true. It's not. How then? Who developed this app? Is it ASU members? Is it the professors that are teaching me? That are lecturing me? They don't know. Meanwhile, one student can code and do all these things for us. So if the federal government have said it failed, let them tell us why it failed. And did it really fail? Do you understand? These are questions we should ask. And why is this why is the payment, that is the IPP or whatever system,
Why is it a problem?
why is
for
it a
ASU?
problem to ASU?
Okay, ASU and federal government, we know it's an ongoing battle for years. I think even before I was born.
No, it's a simple thing. It's a simple thing. We have to put the nation first and ask ourselves, are we okay? Many of the ASU members that are talking, did they go to school in Nigeria? Who sponsored them to go to school? Did they not go to school on scholarship? Why are they suffering, the young ones?
The young ones. Wow.
What have they done for this country? What have they done? They have been lecturing. They have been paid salary. Are they not using old books? Have they brought out new research? Have they brought out new things? No. Let us go to it. At times when I go to the internet, there are some things that were discovered in Nigeria that Nigeria put up that they are using in the UK. But it's not even selling in Nigeria. Exactly. What are we talking about? Are they selling themselves? Even the lecturers, ASU, have they published their own lecturers that, they did this, they did that? Are they selling? They're always talking about salary, a monument, this one, that one, university system will not. Tell us what you have done to contribute. Even sell your members that a professor at University of Maiduguri discovered this in Nigeria. I don't know if you understand.
I get what you're saying.
Then let me know.
Wow. And on that note, that's all we have take today on the Boomba. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We definitely will be back again tomorrow for Friday's edition. The TGIF edition of Boomba, is filled with a lot of music, so a lot of entertainment. There's a lot of entertainment just we were supposed to take today, but we couldn't take. But so we'll definitely take those tomorrow, and many things that has happened between today and tomorrow. Have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead, and peace.